Hey, you guys, it's your girl Beauty, and I'm back in the building with another video. Am I missing something? Let me do this over, guys. Sorry, I am tired, but let me do this over. Hey, you guys, it's your girl Beauty and Beast, and we're back in the building with another video. That was better, right?
Much better.
All right. Alright, you guys, so today's video that everybody's been this was highly requested. I think it's advice, couples advice or marriage advice, whatever, but it was advice. We have a lot of friends actually that always calls us for advice, I guess, to find out how we ended up staying together for so long, how do we work through our problems, if we have any problems, and so forth, so forth. So before I get started, I want to say, for those of you that are subscribed to the channel, I just want to say thank you very much for rocking with us from day one. I love my day ones. They are definitely loyal. And for those of you that are not subscribed to the channel, I need you to go ahead and just hit that subscription bell, turn that on, post notifications. Don't forget to share, like, and leave a comment down below for any future comments. Now, they did leave me some asked questions that I forgot to write down, but I remember some of them, so I'm gonna try to answer as many as I possibly can. I cannot, I probably won't be able to word it verbatimly because I don't remember, but I remember bits and pieces, but I'm pretty much gonna try to get everybody questions answered about us and about our marriage and how do we work through things. Okay, so I just want to start by saying that. T, do you got anything to say before we get started with this video?
Oh, let's get it going.
Also, one more thing. I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas. Hopefully, I put this video out before then. Well, before New Year's. I hope everybody enjoyed their Christmas and and Happy New Year's, just in case this video get put out maybe later after New Year's or possibly before. We just want to say Happy New Year's from the Beauty and the Beast family. Okay. All right. So. You said you had nothing to say?
No, start the video.
Okay. Alright, you guys, so we're gonna start the video. Like I said, I don't remember everything verbatimly, but I'm gonna do my best. Okay. So do you have any questions? Actually, some of my friends asked you a few questions actually that you can. We're gonna try to use real scenarios, but try not to use. Well, we're not gonna use our friends and put their names out there, but we are gonna use a couple of people situations, and hopefully, well, my friends is not the type to get offended, but we're not going to put their names out there. But do you remember some?
Off the top of my head?
Yeah. This is a couple of them, actually.
Not generally off the top of my head.
Alright, so there was one question that's one asked us of actually, how long have we been married for? I'll start with the simple questions like that first, and then we'll work our way up. So a lot of people want to know, how long have we been married for? See,
8 years, about to be going on.
It's only been 8 years? We've been married for a decade.
So married would be once it's going on a decade.
So it's 9 years going on 10.
Yeah.
When? June, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, June 27th. So it'll be 10 years come June 27th. I thought it was longer than that.
No, I knew you for longer than that.
Alright, so how long you known me for? You look tired.
What?
You look tired.
I'm not tired.
How long have we known each other for? It is late, you guys, so I'm sorry if the energy not there. Moving forward, hopefully we pick up that energy because it is really tired. I said really tired. It is really late. I'm sorry, you guys. It is really late. I think it's like 11 o'clock, almost 11:30 at night. So, how long we known each other for? I think we known each other for about, Yanni is about to be 16 in May. And I knew him before she was even born, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew him since, babies was even thought of. His, his oldest, which is Ayana. I knew him before she even was thought of. So she's about to be 16. So I'll say about 16 years, right? Because it was 17 years before she even was thought of. So about 17 years. And how long we dated for before we got married? It was like an off and on thing, I'll say. Off and on for about how many years?
14.
It was not off and on for 14 years.
What then?
How long we've been together?
You said how long have we dated?
Before we got married? How long? I think it was about a good 5 years?
5 years
before we got married, right? No? Or was it 3?
I don't know.
That's a bad thing.
You're asking me like a trick question.
How is it a trick question?
Because you just said before, how long did we date? And then you're saying how long before we got married. It's 2 different questions.
Alright, so how long did we date first? I think we dated for about 3 years, I'll say. We dated for about 3 years. So we knew each other for 17 years. We dated for about 3 years before we got married. And then we've been married for 9 years, going on 10 years come June. So pretty much a very long time. So we've known each other since we only 1 year apart. So when I met T, which was 18?
Yeah, 18.
He was 18 and I was 19. We're only, 1 year apart. So it was like an off and on. Not because of like any bad type, anything bad happened. It was like different situations and circumstances, like, dealing with college and things like that. Like, things like that. So yeah, hopefully that answered you guys' questions. Now, another question I believe that I remember seeing is, how do we handle marital problems? Like, what kept us together so long and kept our marriage, and we're so young? A lot of people want to know, because we are so young, how did we manage to hold this together, hold our marriage together, and keep pushing and keep moving forward? How did we manage to do that? Like, what are the secrets to it?
There's really no secrets. The first thing is, it takes 2 people to do anything.
What do you mean?
Like, it takes 2 people to want to do it. That's the first main thing.
I don't know. That's kind of like that's not like a 2 people. So basically, I'm gonna try to, elaborate. I guess what he's saying is, it takes 2 people. So if you have 2 people, both of you guys want to make it work, then it will work.
That's what I said.
But that's probably not always true, because sometimes, there could be one person in a marriage that actually want to fix it and the other one don't. But if the one that do want to fix it, if they put a lot of effort into it and don't give up, 9 times out of 10, it can make the other person, change their mind. So it just depends on how bad that you want to save your marriage and how bad you want to save your relationship. This is not just marital, advice and thing. It's for relationships, period. And it's the way, again, you don't have to run with everything we say. This is what worked for us. So I'm just saying, I think I would listen to, a couple that has been together through, for a long time and didn't got through anything. I would. I don't know about you guys, but obviously if you asked us. So just going to tell you guys how we're doing it. So again, my opinion, personal opinion, if one person doesn't want to do it and the other one do, I think that the person that does want to fix it, if he or she works really hard at fixing it, that other person will come around. Sometimes you just have to give that person space. Don't be on the person, and just go ahead and let them be. And I also do believe that nothing can work without God. You putting God in the middle of whatever you got going on. If God is in the middle, we believe in God. For those of you that have different beliefs, that's okay too. So whatever you call the person you believe in, whatever you call them, all I'm just saying is, nothing can work without having your believer in the middle of any and everything that you do. That's just my personal opinion. What would you say about that?
What, the part about putting God in it?
Yeah, like,
of course,
be in the middle of.
Yeah, that's a very key, essential part. You have to.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So that's my main thing right there is that I think that we have not done anything without praying on it. I think when things got rough and got a little shaky, we just prayed about it and um we did it together. I guess that goes back with what T was saying, how it's like a two can tangle type thing. So it's one of those things where it takes two to mingle. So it's harder when only one person is active and one person is just trying to fix everything. It's much easier when you're both doing it. But I say this, if you really want that person, I think you should try and do everything that you can. I don't think you should put too much into it because that's when you lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, then, that's just it right there. Then it becomes real bad. I don't think you should try to force something that's not meant to be because, my belief, I think that sometimes God shows us things that we tend to ignore. And he puts the signs out there all the time. It's just that we want what we want when we want it. And then, we go over what he say. So, I think you should pay attention to the signs also. Because sometimes he put people in your life temporarily, and sometimes he put people in your life permanent. So, all the signs are there if that person is a permanent person or if it's a temporary person. So, the signs are there. I just say watch out for the signs. You got anything to say?
Yeah, you don't want to, force yourself into a situation that you're not meant to be into, not meant to be in. You know what I mean? You keep forcing it, and then eventually you're going to end up with what you think you're supposed to have, and that's not really what you're supposed to have. And you'll end up with more heartaches and regrets than anything else.
I definitely can agree with that. And then, you find yourself being stuck with someone that, you don't want to be with, and then you become unhappy. And, another thing that I don't agree with that, I hear a lot of women say, or a lot of men say, vice versa, they only stay with the person or they staying with the person because they got kids. Your kid know when you're not happy. So that's not a good thing to stay with somebody because you guys have kids together. It's good, of course, because nobody want to raise their kids up in a broken home. Because that's a headache for the kid, and it's very hard to explain to your kids why you guys have to live in separate homes. But I don't think you should stay. Well, not think. I know for a fact you should not stay. With someone because you guys have kids together. I don't think you should do that. What's your opinion on that?
No, it's definitely a no. You don't want to do that. Because after the kids are gone, then you still got to be with that person. Eventually, kids grow up and they move out. Then that's, what I'm saying? That can't be the glue.
Yeah, definitely can't be the glue because if that's the glue and that's the only glue that's keeping you guys together, that's the only thing, and there's nothing else, it's not gonna work. Eventually, it's gonna come crumbling down, and that's just not gonna be good. So, and then that's when come into play of all the the kid being taken away from one parent and they use the kid to go back and forth, which is never a good a good case or good situation whatsoever because the kids suffer, and nobody pays attention to the kids. The kids suffer, and you guys don't want that because then the kids grow up with all these different type of problems, emotional problems. They become angry, rebellious, all types of stuff, and you don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that. The kid end up turning the complete opposite way of what you was actually trying to lead them to go the right way. So you don't want to do that. So that's another thing. Somebody asked me a question. I forgot what it was. I think it was something like, how do we handle the issues when we come across them? Like, when we're mad. What do we do when we're mad at each other? Do we go days with being mad with each other? How long does it take? Do we fix it? Do we talk about it? I say for us, well, for me, I'm going to speak as an individual. For me, I'm going to say, I'm an Aries. So is T, but I'm a female Aries. If anybody know anything about Aries, we hold grudges. We're forgivable people, but we tend to hold grudges. Depends. Me personally, sometimes when I get upset, depending on why I'm upset, I can hold that. Like I can hold it for some time, but never for too long. How long do I normally hold it for? What
Depends.
depends on the situation, right? Depends on like what I'm mad for. With you. Well, okay. So what do you do to get me out of that, like that mind state of being so upset with you?
First, you gotta figure out what the problem is and why you're mad. Then you just after that you just gotta make an adjustment or find it all depends on what the person's mad over.
That's what I'm asking you. What do you do? They want to know what do you do when I am mad at you to fix it. What do you do as an individual?
It's a case by case thing. It's no one thing that just this is what you do. A person is a person. You can't just say what does somebody do when somebody's mad. It's all it could be a multitude of different things based off of what the person is mad over. If I'm mad because for one reason you going to do the same thing all the time is not gonna fix what I'm mad over. So it all depends on what the person's mad over. You gotta know the person you with. You can't just have a one case fits all for fixing what somebody's mad.
It depends on the level of, anger, I'm assuming. But I'm gonna tell you what I know. If I'm mad, it doesn't matter what I'm mad about. I know I don't, I don't know why he's not like just telling you his norm. I guess because the type of mad that I get is not like something that's dramatic. So he could have answered that for you guys. I don't know why he didn't. Okay, but when I get mad, his thing with me is what I see is he tries to find out why I'm mad, and he tries to explain himself of whatever it is. Maybe I took something to heart or took something personal, and it wasn't. To him, he feels like it wasn't that serious, but to me that it was, and I'll explain to him why to me it was that serious, and then he'll see my point of view, I'll see his point of view, he'll apologize. Even though he apologized, like I said, I'm still one of those type of people. I'm type stubborn, so I'm still a little upset. But deep down in my heart, I was like, all right, he apologized for it. He know he's wrong for what he's did or whatever he said to me, and that's just it. At that point, I'm just being. Sometimes I could be a little asshole and just hold on to that attitude, even after we talked about it. But you just have to know your partner. You have to know your partner, and I say space is a major thing for marriages and for relationships. Space is the number one thing. If your spouse is mad and your spouse needs that space, I think you should give them that space. If you try to talk to your spouse and they're not willing to speak at the time, just go ahead and just let it go. If you don't say anything at all, the person could take that as you don't care. But I think you should try to address it as fast as possible. And if, again, they don't want to speak, just go ahead and give them that space until they're ready to talk about it. Because sometimes forcing someone to speak about something that they're not ready to speak about just makes the situation worse. And that's not what you want to do. Some people are more easier than, others. Some people is willing to talk about it, Again, it depends on your spouse. It depends on the type of person that you have. You have to know your spouse and know how to deal with your spouse.
Basically the same thing I just said. It all depends on what they're mad over and what you're going to do to go about it. There's no one case fits everything. You can't just say, I'm just going to do this, because that very well may not work. Every situation is unique.
Well, shit, every time we get upset, you apologize, and that always works. I still hold on to that anger only because that's the type of person I am. But you still do the same thing. Every time I'm upset, you still do the same thing. It's been years and nothing has changed. You always want to talk about it. You always try to talk about it, and then you apologize. And whether you're right or whether you're wrong or whether it was your fault, whether it's my fault, you always be the one to apologize first, because T doesn't like to argue. He doesn't like for me to be mad with him. So he always apologizes first, and I could be dead ass wrong. He's going to tell me I'm dead ass wrong, but he's going to apologize just to break the ice, because, he doesn't want he just don't want to sit around the house for his wife to be upset all day, every day, or have an attitude, and to him, sometimes he feel like it's not that serious again, but I do. And because he know how I am, he's just going to apologize. That's been like that for years though. So no matter how bad the situation has become, you've always apologized and tried to talk about it. So It has been the same, even case by case. It actually has been.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it always works, but I'm assuming that it did because look how long that has been. So I'm assuming. Moving forward, the next question was, have we ever broken up before? Yes, we have. We have broken up before. I think we broke up. We broke up a couple of times, but not while we was married. While we was married, no. We never broken up anytime when we got married. The breakups, they took place before we got married. You know. I'm not gonna get into it, but obviously it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that serious because we both was able to come back from it. Being married, no, we have not broke up. Do we intend to? No. Well, I don't. I'm pretty sure he don't.
No.
We don't attend to breaking up. I don't think it's no point of doing that, honestly. Um, Even if someone, go to the extreme, I still think that, any marriage could be fixed and talked about unless you are being mentally and physically abused. And if that is the case, then that's a different situation. I would tell you to haul ass. So, I know that's very, I was always told never give advice to someone that's being abused because I don't know what it feels like and I don't know how hard it is to leave. But me personally, that's not love. Love is not supposed to hurt whatsoever. So if a man is whooping on you, beating on you, mentally and physically, it could also be sexually, I think that you should leave. I don't think, I know you should leave. And I say that because it's so many different people out here that you can meet. You don't have to be stuck on that one. It's, you might find someone better and you might find somebody worse, but that's a part of mingling. It's a gamble. Dating, finding people, it all is a gamble. So, you should take your chances because you something bad can end up happening where you would no longer be able to be around to tell your story of being physically abused. I've seen a couple of people. Actually, I know someone actually that ended up dead from a abusive relationship that wasn't too abusive, but it was abusive enough, and it led to something more. And it only took one time, and the person is now gone. So before it get that bad, hopefully this video will be able to not only just help couples fix their relationship and their marriage, but hopefully it can save someone's life that's in a bad situation that don't need to be in it. And I know that is easier said than done. I know that for sure it is easier said than done. And I cannot relate and I can't say that I can, but I know a few people and friends that been in abusive relationships and, they got out while they could. And they're here today to tell their story. So if you want to be a survivor and be able to get these young girls out and, older people out of those type of situations, I think you should go. There's a lot of resources out there that you can run away. Run away. It's not worth it whatsoever. Okay, moving forward. You have something else to say?
On that subject, that was perfectly said, straightforward.
Okay. Moving forward, another question that was asked of us. I hear a lot of people say that a lot of marriages fall apart because of financial reasons. Why? I've never understood that, and I never got that. Why? Like why? Why is that a 90% of a marriage? Because I heard that that's like 90% of why people get divorced, but I don't see that in my eyes. Why? Do you see why?
I think it's all about people learning how to cope with stuff, and once you learn how to cope with stuff, compartmentalize, and not take the stuff that's causing you stress and putting it and taking it into yourself and then putting it back onto your partner. That's what I think. That's why that happens to a lot of people.
Oh,
People,
okay.
yeah, that's why people take financial stresses, and then that stress makes it puts a strain on their relationship.
Right.
When at the end of the day, your relationship shouldn't have came together for money. So money should not drive where your relationship goes or where your partnership goes with that person at all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You guys are there for each other, so that should be with money, without money, with struggle, without struggle. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point of you guys being together to be together. It's a team effort. You know, it's not all teams don't win every game. Sometimes you down in the game and you got to come back. So it's all a matter of how you put things in perspective, and also like I said, not internalizing everything. And then when you do let it out, now you letting it out your frustration on your partner. Me personally, I just know that I'm the type of person where I don't let anything bother me, especially not money, because money comes, money goes. When you idolize and put money too high on a pedestal, that's when you don't have money. That's when you'll never have money. Like I say, that's when you don't have money. That's when you'll never have money. Money comes to people who don't worship it. It's more easy to come by money and have good success when you're not, so materialistic. As long as you putting the work out there, the money will come. That's it.
And I totally agree with that of being in this marriage. Actually, I am the big spender in this marriage, the a very big spender, and I don't want for anything. Actually, I think I am very blessed, and I am very fortunate that whatever it is that I want, not to brag, definitely not a brag. Okay, please don't mistake this as that. I'm just letting you know the type of husband that I have and the type of marriage that I'm in, and this is why I don't see why marriages split apart because of financial problems. When things get bad and things get tough, you as a couple, you guys supposed to come together and try to fix it. Um, I am a very big spender in this marriage, and I must say that I think I manage money pretty well. Do I?
Not bad at managing money, no.
Yeah, I don't think I'm too bad at managing money, but I could become better. But I am a very big spender, and I have not put us in any financial situations. Not nothing that we couldn't come out of anyway. Or it was nothing permanent whatsoever. But I am actually happy. If I can't, there's never been a time where I wanted something and couldn't get it. My husband always found a way to make sure, and he works every day, and he works very hard, so he makes sure that I'm happy. That's not the only reason why I'm happy either. I don't want to make it seem like it's that, because that's not the only reason why I'm happy. I don't really have no complaints in my marriage. Like I said, it depends on your spouse and who you're dealing with. My husband he kind of like lets me be, lets me be myself, lets me be me. I could be just doing something completely wrong, and um, he may give his opinion on it if I ask. He'll give his opinion on it. I don't recall him giving me an opinion about something I was doing wrong, just without asking him. He kind of just sit back and just watch. Any mistakes I do make, he will let me know later on. Sometimes if he sees it's about to happen before it happens, then he may speak on it. But for the most part, I think I'm gonna say he pretty much just let me be me. Whether that's spending money and doing whatever it is that I do respectfully. But we don't have any of those type of problems, far as that is concerned. Financial problems, far as that will cause us to split up. And if that was the case, again, the type of people that we are, we're just gonna fix it. Like we'll fix it, or my husband is a strong believer of a lot of things. So am I, but sometimes I lose my faith just a little bit, or I know my faith is being tested sometimes, and sometimes I don't understand certain things, and I'll go to him like, why is this and why is that, and then he'll explain it, and it's funny because once he explained it, I feel better. I don't know why, but I can know that that's the case too, but hearing it from him, not even hearing it from somebody else, it hits different when it's coming from him, and I don't know why. But again, he is the type of person that he doesn't let anything bother him. So, I do go to him and be like, this is, why is this and why is this happening and why is that happening? And then he'll just, give his point of view and be like, that's just it. And it's crazy because when he gives his point of view on things or, his advice, it's crazy because everything actually comes out exactly the way how he said it. So if he say everything is gonna be okay and it came out of his mouth, then I honestly do believe that it's gonna be okay because he makes sure that it's okay. So we can't relate to the financial problems and which everybody have those, but it wouldn't have been that serious to make us break up. So I mean, I don't really have too much to say about that. I hope that for the couples on the other end of this camera, um, actually your love is more important than anything else that's put on this earth, whether that be material things, whether that be money. I don't care what it is. If you guys really love each other, you should not let anything come in between that. I don't care if you guys become homeless. You guys gonna have to be homeless together. There should be no one person out, or I'm gonna go to this person's house and you go there. It shouldn't be like that. You guys need to rock out together. That's how you know that
As long as
person is
one
the
person's
one.
not dragging the other person down,
Right.
like, as long as you guys are positive for each other, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's when you guys should stick it out together. Work through anything together because, like I said, things happen. Money comes, money goes. You shouldn't, value money that much over the person you love because if you do, that's not love.
It's not. It's not. And that's another reason. That's another, reason that I see why a lot of marriages and a lot of relationships fail. Again, this video is not just for married couples, but this is another reason why, relationships also fail because they lose the most important thing in that relationship. The most important thing is why you ended up with that person.
And it doesn't even have to just be for relationships or what's it could be dating too. Like when women sit there, oh, I'm not gonna date him because he don't have this or she don't got this or she got this type of car or she got that type of car. That's something that's temporary. Right. That person could be right in the midst of coming into financial success, and now you missed that boat because you was so caught up on what was going on in the present. Or that person could be never gonna have the money, but that person is a really good person. So you should not value something that's a facade. Money is a facade. Material things are a facade. Those are things that you can't take with you. Those are things that are not you. It's not actually you. It's just a material. The person is more valuable than what they have and what they can do. So even if you're looking to date people or date the opposite sex, don't sit there, and narrow your net of who you could possibly attract or end up with by, having qualifiers, especially financial qualifiers.
Facts.
Because the way somebody starts is not always the way they finish.
Right. I agree with that. So, again, it's a lot more. Maybe we'll make a part 2 to this, but we just wanted to give, a basic of, how to hold your relationship up, or your marriage or, like you said, dating, how to hold it up. We're not saying we're perfect whatsoever, but these questions came from our, fans and our friends and, family members from the past, and we just used them and just put them into, the video.
You don't have to be perfect to give advice or to give your experience. The best person to get experience from is somebody who's lived life and is living life because you learn so you can teach other people.
Or somebody that's currently going through the situation. Yeah, so, again, I don't want, because,
nobody grew up knowing everything.
Right.
You have to learn. You learn to walk.
There's
from
no
your mother.
instructions
you have to learn to talk from somebody else. So
right.
You learn from other people.
You're not born with instructions on how to love. You go along the way, and that's why you gotta run into more than one person before you actually find the person for you, and you're gonna actually love more than one person before you actually find that right person for you. Everybody go through that, But I know the internet is very judgmental, and we just want to put it out there that nobody's saying, we're not saying we're perfect or anything like that. We're just basically answering the questions that our fans, our supporters, we don't want to call you guys fans, our supporters and friends had asked, and we decided to make a video, and it will be a part two because it is a lot more. I have not came across everybody's question in this video, but I will. So I'm gonna answer a few more questions, and we're gonna end the video. Again, it's late, so it's almost 12 o'clock. So we're just gonna do that. So the other question, if I can remember, was did we I think it was something about do we want did we want more kids or something like that? Or are we going to have any more kids? Are we going to have any more kids?
No, huh?
Are you going to... He's saying because, yes, he wants more kids. But they want to know, are we going to have any more kids?
You just answered you just said my answer, so you got to answer.
Okay, so T wants more kids. Me, on the other hand, I think my reasons of not wanting to have any more kids is a little selfish, is what T said. He feels like it's a little selfish, but I don't want to mess up my figure because I already had my kids. I had my kids already, and I don't want to relive that again and mess up my figure. So, I mean, that might not be such a good reason why. But I didn't feel like we needed any more because we have 3 in total. He has his oldest daughter, and then I have my 2, which I also take care of his oldest, so she's my daughter as well. So we have 3 of them in total. So I didn't feel like we needed any more. But because it's my husband, and I can't not tell him no, I'm not gonna give him another kid. But if we are where I want to be within the next 2 to 3 years, then yes. I don't want to rent anymore. I want to be in this like really big, huge house, which we're working towards right now as we speak. Once that happens, we're basically at a point where in our life where we can actually have another kid. But I also want to enjoy life at this point. I want to travel. I want to go places. I want to do things. I want to see. Our kids are getting old now. So the youngest one that we have, my grandmother helps me with that one. So I don't want to have another one. Then she got 2 little ones that, have to take care of while we're traveling. So right now we just trying to enjoy life. But for the future, yes, I'm willing to give him another one. Not that I want to, but like I said, my reason is very selfish. So it's probably not fair. But yes, I will give him another one because he does want another one. Just not right now. Just not right now. I'm not ready for that right now. I'm enjoying my life. I just got a motorcycle, and T plan on getting a motorcycle. So we're going to be riding this summer. So, I want to at least get 1 year into riding the bike. Everybody knows that has a motorcycle. We only get 3 good months into riding the bike. And that is not enough. Especially for people that don't ride in the cold. I ain't riding in nobody's cold.
That's based off geographically where we live. If we live somewhere else, you can ride all year.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That was another question, too.
Some people don't have them problems.
That's true. And that was another question. Somebody did ask, do we plan on moving out of the state?
Why are you looking at me?
Are we planning on moving out of the state?
I would love to. I would like to buy. Really want to buy a house where we're currently at.
Yeah, so probably, yes. To answer you guys' question, yes. Most likely we're going to move out of the state and find somewhere much warmer where it's warm all year round so we can enjoy driving those bikes, those motorcycles. Yes. I love to be a female biker. I'm loving it. I'm so loving it. And now my next thing is I'm going to learn how to drive a plane and a helicopter. And the only reason why I want to take those lessons is because you never know in life. Anything can happen. I want to be prepared for any and everything. I'm that type of person that want to say, I did this, I did that, I did this. I know how to shoot. I go to the range. I know how to do all of that. Yes, I'm not your average type woman. Definitely not. But okay. Last but not least, it was another question. I think I forgot what the other question
Maybe
was.
you should start writing the questions, man.
I know that's what I said
That'll
for
make
the
this a lot easier.
for part two. I'm definitely going to write the questions down. But it was another question. It was very important too. Oh, okay. I remember somebody asked. The longer we, the longer that we have been together. You remember that I asked you the other day? Do love die down? As you be with somebody for a long period of time, or do it expand? Because I hear people be like, "Well, I'm tired of my spouse, so I've been with my spouse for so long. It's like whatever." Do you agree with that statement?
No, love is like a tree you plant. You know what I'm saying? A tree starts off one size and it just keeps getting bigger as time grows. So that's how your love should be. Love shouldn't just stop. Like trees grow their whole life. They don't just stop growing.
Do you look at me the same way as if when you first saw me?
No,
No.
no.
Like, what do
Why
you
would I
mean?
look at you the same way when I first saw you? We've had so many more experiences since then. I've had so many more experiences. We've done so much more things together. So I'll look at you even in a more in a more loving way than when I first met you. Of course, love don't it's not stagnant. It's not something that has a cap. You can't put a cap on that and just say, "Oh well, I'm at the maximum part of my love." 125. That's it. That's all I got. No, it
Yeah,
just keeps
that's
going.
right.
There's no way it should be like, "Oh, I'm tired." Fuck you tired for it? You with the wrong person. Y'all,
Right.
you doing the wrong stuff. Y'all doing the wrong stuff. Period. Love is not nothing you get tired of. That don't make sense.
So you don't think our love died down,
No,
and you don't think it ever will?
I don't think so.
No. I hope that answered you guys' questions. I hope you did. A lot of people that the supporters that left questions was saying to me that I look happy, I seem happy, and they wanted to know the secret of why I was so happy and what was going on. What were you doing to make me?
It should be both people should be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I try to be funny. I try to have fun. I try to make myself lighthearted, and sometimes I also am very serious, and you can have a real conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? I try to be all a lot of different things all at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like I play a lot with my kids, and I also am serious with them. That's the same way you should be in your relationship. You should be able to have fun and also be able to have a serious conversation. You don't want somebody who's just all fun, and then you can't have a serious conversation with them when you want to sit down and talk about some real life stuff, and then it just doesn't go there. You can't go there with them. That's a bad feeling. And you don't want somebody who just always is serious.
That's a fact. I totally agree. I don't have nothing to say about that. 110% agreement with that. And like I told you before, I'm happy because T really don't bother me too much. Like I don't get nagged and where you going? Where you coming back? We don't do stuff like that to each other. Where you going? Where you coming back? Or when he go out, I'm blowing up his phone. Or when I go out, he blow up my phone. It's not like that. He'll call me. If I don't pick up, he'll text me. Is everything okay? You okay? Yes. That's just it. It's not what you doing, who you with, where you going. It's not like that. You can't be your spouse's parent. You have to be their soulmate, not their parent. Stop trying to tell your spouse what to do like they're kids. You're not their child. They're not your child.
Even somebody you dating, you don't stop people from doing the things that they
Right.
want to do and they would do.
Because they're going to do it regardless.
Exactly.
They're going to find, if they want to do it, they're going to find a way to do it. If they're going to cheat, they're going to find a way to cheat, whether you keep calling their phone or not. So, you blowing up their phone is thinking that you're going to stop them from cheating. I'm going to tell you something, you're not. They're going to find a way to do it if they want to do that. So, give people space. Give people space, give them some time. Let them hang themselves. Loosen up the rope and give them enough rope to hang themselves. So if they're going to hang themselves, let them. You got to give them that rope. You can't
Also,
keep
it doesn't
holding on
always
to
have
it.
to be that aspect. Some people just need recreation and go do what they got to do. Like me, I like to play basketball, and being as the pandemic, I haven't played basketball much at all, and that's like my outlet. But when it's not, the pandemic's not going on, you know, I go play basketball. You know, that's like something that I like to do. It's like a release. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different things that they like to do. And even with my release, she's always been more than welcome to come. She can come watch me play, or which she has, like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're going to do what you like to do doesn't mean you can't involve your spouse.
Right.
It doesn't mean that all these times your spouse has to be involved. You know what I mean? It's like a balance.
Right. So I don't go because I want to give him that time and that space, you know, for himself. He's here with me with the kids all the time. So, you know, when he go, I just let him go. I don't want to be, you know, up his behind all the time. He needs that space away from me, away from the kids. You know, not saying that he need that because I don't he don't, you know, him being around me all the time. That's not a problem for him. You know, he's not that type of person. But I like to give him that space because that's kind of like the type of person I am. I'm like a loner a little bit. Like I like to be alone sometimes. I like to be alone a lot of times more than, you know, together. I like to be alone actually, more than anything, you know, which is not probably always good because it makes you think about too much, and you don't need to be doing stuff like that. But you know, it depending on what you're going through, you know, it's probably not good to always, you know, to be alone. But for the most part, that's how I am. So I treat his space and his time the way how I like my time and my space treated. So that's pretty much what it is. So there will be a part 2 because we could not get everything inside of this here. This was definitely one of the most serious videos that we have done, but it was highly requested. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys liked it. Maybe part 2 I will make write it down so it could be much smoother, and maybe it would be a little bit more, you know, laughing in this. But you know, it was a serious video because, you know, like I said, we currently have friends that's going through some things, and they have been asking us for advice, and you know, we decided to make a video about it to see if maybe we can save a couple of people's relationships, save people from, you know, dating sites and things like that, or help them find the right one, whatever the case may be. So that's why we decided to make this one serious video. Out of all the videos we have, this was the most serious video that we have made. And I do believe we're the only YouTubers that have done it, right?
I don't even want to get started.
You don't want to get started on it, or what? Or what?
I don't know. It just seems like, you know, people see stuff, they don't give credit where they see stuff or they do stuff. You know,
we was the only YouTubers that did a couple of things that I've actually started to see other YouTubers
could be coincidence, but I don't
as a trend. But I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay. Go ahead and copy. Like, that's what it's for. It's the internet. We're okay with that. But at least, like, tell the people where you actually got this idea from. Because, like, the trend of the drink and the truth for drink, we was going to do that. I'm not a drinker, so I'm afraid to do it. But I am going to do it. But I'm going to tell you guys, once we do it, I'm going to give the credit to all the YouTubers that we have saw do it. And that's where we got the idea from. So, you know? Who the first person we seen do that anyway? I think Chris, De'Ara and Ken. No, I seen Queen and Clarence do it. That was the first people I saw do that. So, you know, a lot of them now had did it, but I've seen them. I think I've seen it first. Oh, yeah, they did do it first. That's where I got it from. But, yeah, you know, we don't mind giving credit when it's due, you know. We don't mind doing that. So, anyway, again, YouTube is starting to get so, like...
redundant.
Yes.
Repetitive.
Yeah, a lot of the YouTubers that we used to watch, they took breaks. A lot of them don't want to do YouTube anymore, so... You know, for us, it's not a problem for us to do it. You know, we actually enjoy it for right now. Hopefully, we don't get to that point where we're tired of it too. You know, because we like to do it because of our supporters. And they like to see us on camera. So, you know, that's why we continue to do it. But anyway, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Turn on your post notification. Don't forget to share, comment, and like. And I need you guys to leave a comment down below and tell me If you have any other questions that you would like us to answer, I need you to put all your questions down. I don't care if you put 10 questions and you're the same person. I don't care. I will write your questions down. We do read the comments, even the disrespectful ones. I just delete them, and block them. But I will read your comment. I will write it down. When we do a part 2, I will answer your question. Just try to be respectful with the questions. We will answer your question straightforward as best as we can. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And you want to say anything, T?
Nope.
All right, you guys. It's been real. Peace.